So make sure you actually let me explain fully, then make sure we're okay. Because you'll be fine. Don't freak out then. You won't need to. All right. So synthetic division, really, 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 really important though, right here. It can only be used if the divisor is in the form x minus a. Meaning, it has to be like x plus or minus a number is what you're dividing by. If I'm dividing by x squared minus x, I can't use this. If I'm dividing by 2x plus 4, I can't use this. But if it's like, I'd have to use long division. But if I'm dividing with just x minus 4, x plus 2, something like that, then I can use it. Paige? No. It changes it.
So basically only if these two are the same.
So it has to be x and then a number. That's all it has to be. Like, it can be positive. It can be positive. All right, so here we go. So your steps. Stop speaking. Your steps. Write the coefficients, really important, including the zeros. You must include zeros if you're missing pieces. Right, if it went from x cubed to x, you're missing the x squared. You'd have to put a 0 in for that. That's the one downfall of this is if you forget to put the 0 in, it's wrong. Okay? So write the coefficients, including the zeros. Make sure it's in standard form. You will omit. What's omit mean? Get rid of. Take away. Omit all the variables and all of the exponents. I don't need to mess with any of them, which is why I like this process. For the divisor, you will use the opposite sign of A. In other words, you're using the answer. And let me show you. No. A, it's an ax squared. A. All right, here we go. So if I'm asking you to use synthetic division, x cubed plus 5x squared minus 7x plus 2, is anything missing? No, it goes x cubed, x squared, x number. So I've got everything I need. I'm going to divide it by x minus 2. What's the answer if I ask you to solve x minus 2? 2, positive 2. So that's what I'm going to actually use is 2. Now, it is a different setup. It's almost like an upside down one where you can kind of think it's just a big box. Nobody freak out yet on me, okay? So since this was x minus 2, we're going to put a positive 2 out here. And now we're going to put in all of our coefficients. So 1, 5, leave a little space between them, negative 7, and 2. Looks pretty simplistic so far, right? And we can do this as long as you can add and multiply. All right. The first thing you always do is whatever that first coefficient is, you're going to drop that straight down. It's going to start down here. And you will multiply 2 times 1, which is 2. So we're going to put that in the next column. And then you're going to add straight down. What's 5 plus 2? And then you will multiply 2 times 7. And then you will add what's negative 7 plus 14. Then you'll multiply 2 times 7. And then you will add 16. We are almost done. All right? So we're adding and multiplying. This started x cubed. If I'm dividing out an x, I'm down to an x squared. So this is x squared plus, this will be my x, plus, this is my constant, this is my remainder. I am done. I want to do the same problem again in long division so you can see where some of these numbers are coming from. Okay? All right, let's work through this problem again with long division just so you can kind of see what happened. And you can see how much less work I had to do. All right, so if we do long division, what do you multiply x to get x cubed? So we multiply x squared times x squared times negative 2. Change your signs. That cancels. This gives me 7x squared minus 7x plus 2. Then we start it again. What do you multiply x to get 7x squared? 7x. Multiply, you get 7x squared. Multiply, negative 14x. Some of these numbers looking familiar as you go through? That gives me 7x plus 2. Start again. What do you multiply x to get 7x? Multiply, 7x minus 14. Change your signs. 16 is my remainder. They are the same answer. It's beautiful. Yes, sir? The 2 and the 14. It's the multiplication. Here's your 14. Here's your 14. Here's your 2. There's your numbers that are right there. No. If I could divide all the numbers by something, yes, but I can't. Right. How is it easier? Do I really have to answer that? But do you see the numbers? Here's the 2, 14, 14. They're right here. They're in there. Because we divided out an x. I mean, we're doing division. So I was taking out an x when I divided by this. So if I take out an x from here, instead of x cubed, it's now x squared. If this had started x to the 5th, this would have started x to the 4th. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're always taking out just a single x, so it's always going to drop it down by 1. Jacob? Right? Unless it divided evenly. I can show you. When it's dividing by the form x plus or minus a number. Let's try some more. Okay. All right, so use synthetic. So let's set it up. What are we dividing by? Good, negative 2. That'd be the answer to that. Fill in. Is anything missing first? Any zeros need to fill in? No, we got x cubed, x squared, x number. So we're okay. So 1, negative 14, 51, negative 54. And you always drop that first number straight down. Multiply, add. Negative 2 times 1. Negative 14 plus negative 2. Multiply, negative 2 times negative 16. 32. Add. Well, these are fun. Negative 2 times 83. And add. All right, so this one started x cubed. That means my answer starts with x squared minus 16x plus 83. Since there's another number over here after I finished all this, what's that mean? That's my remainder. He had an aha moment. Let's do some more. The more we do, the better they get. Or the worse. All right, is anything missing? Nope, x cubed, x squared, x number. I'm good. So negative 3. So 2, 1, negative 8, 5. We start by dropping that first number straight down. Right. Multiply. Negative 3 times 2. Jesse, it helps to pay attention and write stuff down. That usually helps people learn. Add. Negative 5. Multiply. It's 15. Add. 7. Multiply. Negative 21. Add. Negative 16. We started x cubed, so this one is x squared minus 5x plus 7. I got a number left. Must be my remainder. Yeah, that's way faster. What? Sure. That helped you. All right. Why don't you guys? No, let's do this one together. Sorry. No, you're missing something.
Oh, you just put a 0 in that spot.
Let's at least set it up together, and then we'll let you guys finish it. So if we set it up, what am I dividing by? 7. So when I'm plugging this in, notice your x squared's missing. So you're going to have a 1, 0 for the x squared, negative 57, and then 56. All right, you guys go ahead and try that one then. See how we do. All right, so we drop the first number down, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. There's your numbers. Start at x cubed, so this goes x squared plus 7x minus 8, and no remainder. So was x minus 7 a factor of that? Yes, it was. It was. Could you factor that further? That's coming up. Just hang tight. Why? Good. Synthetic division with this? No. No. If I just said divide, what would you have to do? You'd have to do log division. In this case, I'm saying no because it says use synthetic division. No. If the directions say use synthetic division and I give you this, you can't. But if it just says divide, if the directions say use synthetic division, then you can tell me no, but you can't. But if the directions just say divide, then you'd have to use long division. You couldn't use synthetic. All right, so same idea, but taking it one step further. Use synthetic division, okay, so still doing the same thing, and the given factor to completely factor the polynomial function. Now we have to go a little further. Okay? No, it says to, so we will. So let's set up our synthetic first. So what am I dividing by? 2. So we have 1, negative 3, negative 10, and 24. Drop the first number down. Multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. So since we started with x cubed, this will now be x squared minus 1x minus 12. You could say equals 0 if you were going to solve this. But are we being asked to solve it? No, we're not. We're being asked to factor it. Let's factor this. What are your signs? Plus, minus. We have good. X minus 4, x plus 3. Is that fully factored? What am I missing? X minus 2. They gave you one of them. Nope, it just said to completely factor. Yeah, this chapter kind of keeps building upon itself. Yeah, it does. These numbers, I factored this. Options for 12 is 1 and 12, 2 and 6, or 3 and 4. I'm trying to get on negative 1. So this is the one they gave me. Yeah, they gave me. Yes. All right. So how are we feeling so far? Pretty good? Thank you. I made them. Mm-hmm. Thank you. All right. How about this one? Let's do it. Do it by yourself. All right. Do it by yourself. All right. So let's set up our synthetic. What are we dividing by? 1, 4, negative 9, negative 36. Drop down the 1. So you multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. X cubed, so we're going to go x squared plus 1x minus 12, no remainder. Factor this. Does that look familiar? Yeah. X plus 4, x minus 3. It was the flip-flop. And then don't forget your x plus 3. How are we feeling with this? You okay? Pretty easy? Yeah, my bad. I didn't realize that. Sorry. Yeah, I copied and pasted from things. Let's actually bypass those. I want to kind of... I copy and paste from a textbook that I'm allowed to. Yes, you can. Oh. No, it's not to teach. You guys are awful. Guys, the other type of problem I want to make sure we're okay with that's going to come up. It is, but hold on. The only other thing, if I look back at this, we don't have to work through it. I assume we're okay. We got this. Is instead of it saying x plus 3, it will tell you that x equals 3. So then I would just use it. I don't have to do anything. I wasn't even like doing that one, but I was making it up. But it might tell you x equals a number, then you don't have to change the sign. Okay. It's saying it's given a 0. So one of the answers was that. So use the answer. So then if I tell you that one of the answers or one of the zeros was this, so then when I go to I do the whole process, I have this factored, then one of my other factors would be x plus 3. Like you'd have to take that answer and plug it back in. It's one of the answers. Yeah, you're not going to find the other answers by plugging that in. It's a 0. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Now that I confused you all completely, I'll give you your homework.